In the last video, we had an absolutely amazing time on the Shikoku Manaka Sennen Monogatari sightseeing train on the island of Shikoku. Since then, I made my way to Matsuyama, a picture-perfect castle town on the west side of the island for today's trip. Shortly, we'll check out the Iyonada Monogatari, the second of 3 luxury trains on the island, while taking in the slower pace of life. Along the way, we'll discover what's in this box. Good morning and welcome back to another video, and welcome to Matsuyama, Japan, the largest city on the island of Shikoku. And right behind me is Matsuyama Castle, one of the original 12 castles in Japan, which has survived fires, earthquakes, wars over the centuries. Definitely something to check out if you enjoy that history stuff. Today we'll be exchanging 1,000 food and 800 gold to advance from the feudal age to the age of the Iron Horse. Yes, today we'll be enjoying another one of JR Shikoku's scenic trains, the Iyonada Monogatari. A lot easier to say than the last train, isn't it? This train has 4 runs per day, which gives guests some flexibility in what time they want to enjoy the train. And I chose the first run bright and early in the morning, and I got something a little special along the way. The train is set to depart at 8:26, so come along, let's enjoy another wonderful fall day in Japan and another lovely train as we go from A to B. Alright, so I hope you liked that flashback to Age of Empires. Maybe it brought back some memories for you. I always think about the game when I visit castles around the world. Anyway, JR Matsuyama Station is located on the west side of town rather than near the city center. Constructed in 1927, Matsuyama Station is much smaller than Takamatsu Station, even though it's in the largest city on the island. Its completion was the last piece of the puzzle connecting all prefecture capitals, less Okinawa, by rail. The exterior of the station is simple, with ticket machines, a ticket office, 7-Eleven, and a gift shop at one end. The station has 3 tracks, with an island platform serving tracks 2 and 3. The Iyonada Monogatari departs from track 1 just on the other side of the ticket gate. I was able to catch the 3-car DMU pulling into the station, and it's always exciting seeing the design of the train rolling up for the first time. The reds and yellows to represent the setting sun over the ocean is very well done. I personally enjoyed the background glow of the logo at the ends of the train. What do you think the logo represents? Try and find the Easter egg in the video for the answer. Not too long after the train arrived, it was time to jump on board. Today we'll enjoy seat 7D of the second car, a 2-top for today's trip. The menu and a gift bag was waiting at our seat, which we'll look into in a few moments. And once again, there was a very warm send-off as we depart on schedule at 8:26. The Iyonada Monogatari first run leaves Matsuyama at 8:26. It's a 2-hour, 2-minute trip to Izu-Ozy Station with 1 10-minute stop in between, arriving at 10:28. Car 1, the front car on the outbound trip, is named the Akane no Cho with 27 seats. There are 3 4-tops, 5 tables for 2, and 5 individual seats. The right side will provide much of the views along the way, so the tables for 2 on the left side are elevated above the deck for an increased viewing advantage. Soft lighting runs down the length of the car, though difficult to sense with the morning sun. Like the previous train, a monitor at the opposite end of the car shows a live feed from the front of the train. Consisting of 23 seats, the Koga no Cho is car number 2 and our car for the trip. Unlike car 1, there are no 4-top tables. One side of the car has the tables for two, and the other side has a long table counter running down the length of the car for individual seats. The seats are very comfortable and relaxing. The tables are angled slightly towards the right side of the car to provide a comfortable viewing experience. All cars are extremely well done, and I love the lighting between the window and the seat markers. It's probably my favorite feature of the train. Ehime Prefecture is known for mikans, the mandarin-type citrus fruit, and the lights are designed like small oranges. The camera unfortunately doesn't pick up the details too well. The lovely window shades are perfect down a few inches to cut the direct morning sun. With only 23 seats, there's enough space for personal articles in the car. I was very pleased to get a seat in car 2. I found it a bit more cozy and warm compared to car 1, and I had a wonderful seat guest at my table to enjoy the trip with. Car 3 houses the galley, in addition to a private room for groups between 2 and 8. You get your own private car, which has one large semicircle table in your own private part of the train. I believe a special booking procedure is needed for this car, as it's sold as a package rather than a single seat. Only guests of the car can enter, thus, this is as far as we're going to get. Back in our car, we can see that each seat has access to a USB charging port. And of course, as a JR Shikoku train, there is free Wi-Fi on board, which is straightforward to connect to. And of course, I take this opportunity to invite new viewers to subscribe for continued trains, aviation, and travel-related content. If you're looking for a unique experience for your trip to Japan, be sure to check out some of the other lovely trains which I feature on this channel. Alright, time for my favorite part of any journey, the food and drinks. A menu was provided at each seat. There's a good selection of drinks, light snacks, desserts, and so forth. The card on the table is a good go-to if you're after something sweet. On the last train, I dug into the onboard menu. However, today I did something special and I pre-ordered the breakfast set for this trip. So at my place setting was also the menu for that. Shortly after departing Matsuyama, the meals were served. The set arrived on a lovely name-inscribed tray with a walnut bread and pumpkin soup. Now at this point, the big question still remained, what's in this box? We got a delicious salad, yogurt with blueberry jam, and some other tasty treats, and I'll leave the name of each on the screen. As delicious as this was, we're not done yet. The warm portion of the meal is this roasted chicken with root vegetables, with hearty tastes and flavors that one associates with autumn. Everything was freshly prepared, and one of the memorable meals which I've been lucky enough to enjoy in Japan. I would definitely recommend to order the meal set if you plan to take this train, and I'll show you how you can do that near the end of the video. Fully content with the meal, all there is to do now is enjoy my morning coffee along with the breathtaking views. Our one stop on the trip is at Shimonada. Once physically the closest train station in Japan to the sea, it offers a chance to get off the train and enjoy the weather and views from the outside, and to appreciate one of the many unmanned stations in the country. As the station faces west over the sea, it is well known as a picturesque spot to enjoy the sunset. The music over the speaker is a gentle reminder that it's time to head back on the train, and soon we begin the last leg of the trip. We still have about 10 kilometers to go along the sea before turning inland while following the Hijikawa River upstream towards Ozu. Turning our attention towards the facilities, there are 3 washrooms on board, all located between the second and third car. And as you can see, they were nice and clean and have a nice little sink. Outside the washrooms is another hand wash station. Back in our seat, we have just enough time to check out the gift bag. Waiting for us was some literature which had maps and information about Ozushi, the city which we're headed to, and a coupon book for places around the town. The slightly sweet puffed rice was a delicious snack to enjoy later on. The last 20 minutes provided just enough time to enjoy one last coffee, which came with a nice mochi treat. This was a fabulous trip, and I was so happy to have the opportunity to experience this train. Everything from the design of the cars, both inside and out, the scenery, the meal, and the lovely staff made this trip memorable. I had a great individual at my table who was on a trip with her friends from Nara Prefecture, and we shared many stories and laughs along the way. Experiences like that make travel all more worthwhile. The staff even presented me with this nice card towards the end of the trip with Kawaii Mikan. How sweet is that? Now when it comes to purchasing tickets, you should note that the Iyonada Monogatari completes 4 trips on days it operates, which is usually Fridays to Mondays. The first 2 trips are the outbound and inbound trips to Izu-Ozy. The afternoon trips are slightly longer to and from Yawatahama by the coast. Also, the meal set is different for all runs. At the time of editing, these are the 4 meal sets which are offered, and they all look fantastic, don't they? Like all trains in Japan, tickets go on sale 1 month prior, and they sell out fast. Tickets can be reserved online or bought at any ticket office in the country. The meal which I ordered can be either purchased online or bought at a ticket office only in Shikoku. It can be bought separate from the train ticket up to 4 days before your departure date, and I purchased mine earlier in the week after I landed in Kochi. The cost of the ticket came out to 3,980 yen, plus the cost of the meal set. And sure enough, at 10:28, we arrive at Izu-Ozy. As always, if you have any questions about the train, drop me a comment. Thanks for watching, let me know what you thought about this wonderful train, and I'll catch you in the next video. This is my last video for 2023. Another year in the books, eh? Merry Christmas, Joyeux Noël, enjoy the holidays, and have a Happy New Year, and I'll see you back in 2024.